You with Mr. 5% more. I'm finna give you 5 more. We live. Listen. We all tuned in right now. Just do a little more every single day. You do a little more, it's gonna take you where you need to go. Drip, drip. Also, you're tuned in with Hip Hop Weekly. Appreciate y'all. One love.
Hip Hop Weekly All Access. This is Brianna, and we're here live this morning with Mr. 5%. It's been a long time coming, but you are here. Welcome to Hip Hop Weekly. Introduce yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me, first of all. Yes, I am Mr. 5% more. Just giving just a little more every single day. Every day I'm getting better. Every day I'm getting a little closer because I'm doing a little more.
So, Mr. 5%, that's an interesting name. Tell everybody what inspired that name.
Well, what inspires that name is sometimes 100% can be just too much. And if you just do a little more, which just a little more, some people don't even do just a little more. If you do 5% more every day, it'll take you to that 100%. So what inspires it is, the inspiration is that 100% getting there. But how are you going to get there? Small steps. Small steps.
Okay. So you said 100, sometimes 100% is too much. I thought it was 100% plus 5. I'm serious. I thought that's what it was.
It's funny because it's whatever you want it to be. 5% more could be any and everything. But for me, it's just giving. Just a little more.
Okay. Well, we definitely all should give more all the time. Now, in the background, we have like some soft, kind of soothing music playing in the background. Now, is this like your music that we are listening to now?
No, you're not. I actually, I have music. I have 21 tracks.
Okay.
It's all inspirational. Everything is me. It's a thing called Powerphrasing. Mm-hmm. So it's me speaking over these tracks.
Okay.
But it's everything that I've read in a book. Everything that I've read in the book, I put it in a track. And I've also created these visual videos where you actually can see what I'm talking about. It helps out kids. It talks about you were born to create. What have you created? It talks about what is the highest paying job in the world. I leave you with something every single time. And guess what that highest paying job in the world is? It's sales. And I'm asking you, what are you selling? Because remember, you were born to create. What have you created today? 5% more.
Okay. What inspires you to come up with, I guess, what you're talking about? Like, is it something that triggers your thoughts as to what you're going to speak about?
Well, what has really, truly has inspired me was I remember going over to a friend's home. And I remember he says, when you walk in this house, you have to sing, you have to rap, either or. And I just remember I didn't do either. Those were not my talents. But I remember grabbing the mic and I remember hearing this beat. And that's just when I went all in. Went all in. I put it all out there. It was like I like to say aha moment, not aha, but like an aha moment. That was my moment where I realized that I had these talents, that I had the ability to be able to speak to people, not just speaking, but through music. And people learn through music. So that's when I realized that I had something within that I had to get out, that I can move people and teach people, listen, there are certain things that we have not learned, but we can learn it through listening to what this guy has been exposed to, because exposure is the key. So I'm just teaching people through exposure. Long story short.
Okay. Who is your target audience? Like who are you who you're speaking to? Like, what's your audience?
Be honest with you, I deal with the youth.
Okay.
I'm in the YMCA, giving back, really talking to the youth, mentoring people at the juvenile center,
Okay.
the military students. I've spoke to students even at the Commerce downtown, and just the youth. The youth really, really embrace me. I want to say the world, but that's too general. But the youth, it's something about those kids. I don't know.
Well, we need more people like you to speak to the kids, because like it's just so much going on in the world, and they, a lot of people don't, a lot of families are raised differently, and not everybody talks to their kids. It's all about, just they learn from the streets, So, I don't know what messages that you're delivering at times, but if it's definitely something inspirational and motivational, I'm pretty sure that not just the youth, but everybody can benefit from it. Right. Definitely. So where can people hear your speeches and stuff like that?
Well, I'm on YouTube. They definitely can go and on my website, Mr5%.com.
Okay.
And then on top of that,
is your YouTube Mr. 5% too?
My YouTube is Mr. 5% too as well. It's Mr. 5%.
Mr. 5%. Okay.
Mr. 5%. And I do have a single out. It's called Steps.
Okay.
And they can find that on all my social media platforms, which is I'm really, really heavy. I mean, drip. for real. I'm dripping on IG. IG is something that it has allowed me to use my platform, and it has allowed me to go to a different level, even not just from the standpoint of what everybody else sees, but for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It has really inspired me. Like, wow, look at me. Wow, putting these visuals out. So I have a single there. It's called Steps. The elevator is out of order. You have to use the stairs. So those are things that you'll learn with the visuals, the tracks. You'll learn that these things just don't come overnight. So I'm just telling people how to get there, because I've seen it done, and I know that the impossible is really possible. So that's where you can find the track.
Okay. Now, for the people who hasn't heard your music, can you give us like a sample of something from your latest single that's out now, so we know, what to expect?
Absolutely. You want something new, or you want something just from my IG? I mean, from my single.
Anything you want us to hear.
Well, let me play a beat, and let's just kind of freestyle. Let's do something like that.
Okay. That works.
Hit the beat for me, please. We drop the beat. Just give us a little second. You know what I'm saying?
1 second.
Beat. One of the things that I love to do, I love to pray. A lot of people don't even know what pray means. And I teach people the word pray is simple. It means to beg. And a lot of people don't like the word beg. But if you really break down the word beg means to continue to ask over and over and over again. So I'm learning to beg my way through this thing. I'm learning that it's dark in hallways. But if you ever been through something, and if you ever go through something in life, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's mediocrity all around you, and it's crowded. It's crowded as hell at the bottom. You got to get to the top. And I tell people all the time, go up. Don't be afraid to go up. I jumped 20 miles out of an airplane by myself. So sometimes you're going to drop off some folks on this elevator ride. But you also pick up some folks. When I talk about 5% more, I mean 5% more. The world is yours. If you believe it, the world is yours. Everything I said, you probably won't remember because the mind is only going to consume maybe a minute. But if you take notes, if you plan it out, if you plan it out, 5% more, if you plan it out, you go to the top. It's lonely sometimes. And it's dark. But enjoy this hallway while you got it. Enjoy this hallway while you got it. And you got to feel for things too. And as you're feeling, it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas when you feel it. Because you got to unravel that thing. Imagine a pretty box. And as you unravel it, imagine you going through things and you're unraveling things. It's always a gift in the inside. So be gifted. Be gifted. Continue to create. And if it does not exist, God damn it, create it! 5% more. Just a little more. I'm getting better. Every day. Remember, exposure. Exposure. Exposure is the key. You gotta expose yourself every day. Expose yourself every day. Because when you expose yourself every day, when you learn something new every single day, when you plan something out every single day, that's really giving 5% more every single day. Why not 100? Why not? It's too much sometimes. 5% more. That's what I'm creating. See what? So that's just kind of what I do a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Preach. Definitely.
Yeah, preach.
We all need motivation. We all need motivation. You left us with your social media handles, right? Okay.
It's the 5%.
Okay. Again, we definitely gonna be on the lookout, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you. We do appreciate you for checking in and speaking to Hip Hop Weekly.
And I appreciate you, Brianna. Appreciate the platform. I appreciate it. And so many things behind the scenes. People don't even understand what goes on behind the scenes. And the people that don't even get the recognition that they should, And that's part of that platform that I appreciate you. I thank you. Really, really do.
No problem.